Welcome to the May 2023 Las Vegas Real Estate Report. In this video, I'm going to cover the April 2023 key Las Vegas housing stats, give you my assessment of what's happening in our current housing market here in the Las Vegas area, what's happening with mortgage rates, everybody's hot topic, and where are the key opportunities if you're a seller, buyer, or both here in Southern Nevada. My name is Jan O'Brien, along with my business partner, Cosmo Morabbi. We are a team with Urban Nest Realty. We have these fine local area experts covering all parts of the valley, including Pahrump and Boulder City. Make sure you reach out to Cosmo or I or whoever sent you this video. We're here for all your Las Vegas area real estate needs. Let's jump right in. Well, it finally happened. We got off of the $425,000 median sales price, which we've seen since December of 2022. 4 months in a row, the median single-family home price here in Las Vegas was $425,000. Well, in April, it went up $5,000 to $430,000. Now, that's still down 9.5% year over year for April of 2022, but that's when we had some corrections in the market hadn't started happening yet. We peaked in May of 2022, and so we saw appreciation through the first half of 2022. This chart has the same information covering it for all of 2022, and I just want to be able to show you there. We started the year in January of 2022 at $435 median sales price. You can see it went up through May at $482, and then we've seen a decrease 4 months in a row, and now we're at $430,000. Now, the other part of this story is the available inventory. Back when last year and then in the pandemic years, we had so little inventory, and of course the interest rates were so low that we had a simple supply and demand where the interest rates being so low and a high demand and no inventory created these crazy prices that happened all through here. Now, that was back in January of a year ago, 1821 available single-family homes at the end of January. It peaked up here in September at 8,121, and ever since September of last year, we've seen a decline in properties on the market every single week, every single month. Where we ended the month in April was 3,737 single-family homes on the market. Now, that has a lot to do with sellers not wanting to put their home on the market because unless they have to move, why would they? In some cases, people have 2.25, 2.75 interest rates in the low threes. They've either refied or they purchased their home when the interest rates were that low. All right, so cash sales continue to be about 24-25% of all homes sold in the previous month, and short sales and foreclosures, distressed properties continues to be 1% or less. That has been tracking like that for months. We watch the statistics weekly. If you're into the numbers, you can certainly watch Cosmo over on our TikTok channel that is at Living Las Vegas. We're also on Instagram at Living Las Vegas in Henderson for his weekly report where you can really track the numbers. You can see we look at this every single week. And again, you can see since the end of 3,700 I just reported, we're already down to like 3,598 single-family homes in a week. And it looks like the prices are going to definitely not go down. If anything, we're starting out the month of May with them being a little bit higher. So we'll see. We'll have to get through the month of May to see where we end up with the median. So follow along here if you're not already a subscriber on YouTube, and you can keep track of what's happening here in the Las Vegas Valley. All right, so I like to kind of show this in a graphical format to kind of put it into perspective, because if you are a home seller and you're considering selling, if you purchased your home at the peak of our historically high median sales price, which is in the May-June timeframe of last year, then, that's the only challenge. If you didn't put a lot of money down, there's going to be not as much equity. But everyone else has gained a lot of equity. So most folks have equity. And so when we talk about prices declining and coming back into a normal realm, we're just recovering from what happened. So this very steep increase up to that 482, down to coming down to 4 months in a row, right at 425, and we're at 430. What are we going to do? What's going to happen with the prices? Well, it's simple supply and demand. We currently have continued low inventory, all things considered, for the reasons I just said. And if the interest rates come down, as they're anticipated to do, as inflation is slowly creeping down, from that high of over 8%, and it's down to like 4.9 now as I record this. But the Fed wants that number to get to 2%. It's probably going to take the rest of this year for that to happen. I'll get to mortgage rates in just a little bit. But when mortgage rates come down, and if and when they do, more people are going to jump into the market that are sitting on the sidelines. And when that happens and there's not enough inventory, then the only thing that's going to happen to prices is they're going to go up. So if you're considering buying or maybe selling and buying, this is, in my opinion, if you watch my videos, I've been saying for the last several months, I think it's a really great time to buy. I'm going to tell you why as we get to the end of the video here. So again, I like to put this in perspective historically for Las Vegas from 2012, where we've come, where we had this crazy increase is a better way to look at it right here. We had 32,000 appreciation, 32,000 median. The median home seller in Las Vegas gained $32,000 in appreciation in the year 2020, 80,000 in 2021. But it basically evened out in 2022 because we began and ended the year from December to December exactly where we were a year ago. So it was even numbers there. All right, what's up with mortgage rates? Well, this is just mortgage rates on a daily basis. As I'm recording this today on May 15th, back to April 27th. And I just want to point out, this is the 30-year fix. They're hovering right in the 6.5 to 6.67. The reds indicate a tick up and the greens a tick down. The rates are reacting to the bond markets, what's happening in the economy, and that type of news. So we're looking at right in the mid sixes. And then if you're looking at an FHA or a VA loan, you're closer to a little over 6. It's always about a half a point or so lower for an FHA loan. And new construction homes. So this is an article that's in the Review Journal. Talking about the builders closing out their best sales month in a year, which was March, as they closed out the quarter. They ended the first quarter with a total of all the builders in town, 2,659 sales, just ahead of the first quarter of 2019, which was prior to the pandemic. So we really do have quite a bit of new home building going on here in the Las Vegas Valley, very much so when you compare it to other markets that are around the country as well. Now, the median sales price for a new home, single-family home, is $490, so it's always considerably higher than resale homes, and for detached, it's right around $358. Now, there are new communities opening. The builders are very bullish. Even though there's reports of the permits that are being pulled aren't as many as everybody would like, we still see quite a bit of building going on. In particular, some communities open in March, and there's even more opening up in April with Beazer Homes, Century, D.R. Horton, KB, and Signature. They brought 746 new lots to the market just in March, all of which were in Southwest or Henderson. And D.R. Horton in particular is opening some huge communities, both in the new part of Cadence, that's called Symmetry, and up in the north of the 215 in North Las Vegas. Another big community with 5, 6 initial communities, some 3,700 homes are going to be going in there, and that's called Heartland. You can reach out to us. We really know a lot about what's happening with the new homes in all around the valley. So let's talk about what our opportunities are if you're a buyer. Well, as I mentioned, the inventory increased in peak September of last year, and it's been declining ever since for the reasons I've been mentioning. Interest rates that sellers have on homes, we're finding that sellers are only putting their homes on the market if they have to move, or they really are okay with getting their equity out and moving into something else, or for whatever their reasons are. But it's definitely a low inventory. Not as bad as we had during the pandemic, but it's considerably lower than it needs to be. Now, if we run into a lot of people. Obviously, we have people that are buying homes. The numbers are showing that. They're just not as many as would be normal in a spring market here in the Las Vegas Valley because of the higher interest rates. However, as I mentioned earlier, when and if the rates come down, I believe they will come down. It's just a matter of when. When they do come down, more people are going to jump in, including investors. We're already starting to see more investor activity. Jumping in and buying up some of these homes. When that happens and the inventory does not keep up, the homes are going to get absorbed faster, and we're going to get back into multiple bidding wars and prices going higher. Now, we're already seeing multiple offers in homes that look great and that have been renovated. Everybody wants to live in the homes that look really great. And then the ones that are sitting on the market may need some work, or they just may need some updating. There's definitely opportunities in new builds, not across the valley evenly. There are properties in Inspirado where you're getting on a waiting list. But there is standing inventory. It's starting to get absorbed faster than it was a few months ago at the beginning of the year. However, we do know where the great deals are. So if you're considering a new home, reach out to us. We'll be happy to talk to you about where the spec homes are, what kind of incentives are being offered, because builders are still offering considerable incentives, including closing costs and special financing for 30-year fixed, in some cases FHA and VA for people that qualify, and basically on homes that are ready to move in the next 30 to 60 days. So let us negotiate on your behalf if you're considering buying. If you're selling, as I mentioned, the peak was at 482. We dropped down to 425, 4 months of that, but we're now seeing prices start to come up again. So if you're considering selling and you are worried about that interest rate, maybe you take a look at what the new homes are. We look at some homes that are out there, and we can negotiate on your behalf to get your home sold quickly and hopefully for the highest price for you. That would allow you to now leverage that and move into another home, perhaps before it starts to get more competitive. Okay, so if you want to know what your selling or buying options are, make sure you reach out to us. We're here to support you and answer any questions, help you understand what would be the best possible situation for you. That's it for the May 2023 report on the April stats in the Las Vegas Valley. If you're not already following us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you can keep up with the content that we post on a daily basis about the market, about areas to live, new home tours, and more. Until next month, my name is Jan O'Brien, and keep it safe out there and enjoy Las Vegas.